So just out of nowhere today in Maryland, record high, 90 degrees, about 20, 25 degrees warmer than normal. So I'm hot, sweaty, I'm irritable, and I swear, if this team doesn't win tonight, those of you who were around back in 17 and 18 and 19 for the rants, epic.
We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans. Come on, there we go. All right, all year long, same thing. I missed the clap and I got a dog hair on my hat. Can we get to it? We got to it. Thank you. All right, now. Yeah, you can tell I'm in a good mood. Look, this ain't the Leafs, right? Like last year, okay, the Leafs won a game. All right, let's do this. And we did. But this is different, okay? We gave a championship caliber team, or at least a team that knows how to win championships. We opened the door for them. We said, come on in, come on, take a seat. You can't stay too long, but they'll stay as long as they damn well want to. We need to just come out in this game and just be as irritable as I am in this moment and just beat their ass. And that's what we need to do. What I suspect we're going to see, I think we're going to see an all-time, well, I don't want to jinx it. I think Bob's going to be good. We'll just say that. Right, Bubba? Right? Yeah, you can give me that blank stare all you want. Lomberg is skating but not in. Bennett is still a week-ish or more, swelling, etc., 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 etc. Y'all better win this damn hockey game. There's no score. No score after one. Now, what I'll say is a couple things. When we got lucky to get out of period one, with no score. They scored the goal, but they called it back for goalie interference. I mean, Duke's skate was impeding Bob's hand and the ability to get over. We deserved to have a goal scored on us in that moment. I don't know if Stenlin is sick, but there's been at least 3 times when in the defensive zone, instead of aggressively going to the puck and pressuring the man, he's backing off, and he was on the ice, and I watched that happen. I screamed about it, and in that possession, that's when the goal that got called back was scored. We don't look good at all. We do not look good at all. It is abundantly clear, at least in that first period, that Tampa wants this more. I don't know if we're just thinking that we're just going to come in here and they're going to lay down, but this ain't the Leafs. We look not good. We're not skating the way we should. We're not being aggressive. We keep passing up shots. We come into the zone, and instead of just shooting the damn puck, we're trying to back pass. Even Kachuk passed up what would have been at least a good shot. Shoot it. Get a rebound. Make Vasilevsky stop the puck, and then we get a face-off in the zone. It's a horrible, horrible hockey that we're playing out there, and it's a miracle it's nothing. Now, I'm not going to get too crazy just yet. Because right now, I'm recording this, but you're watching it, you already know what happened. I'm this close to saying that if we continue to play like this, some really, really bad things can happen. But Maurice, they interviewed him on the bench. He don't look happy. I suspect we're going to see a better team in the second period. We have to. Because we let Tampa wake up, and now we are going to have to scratch and claw our way. I don't care that the series is 3-1. Tampa don't care. They got none to lose. Let's move on to second period. All right. Oh, boy. 2-1 Panthers after 2. Oh, man. That period of play had a lot in there. Panthers get a shorthanded goal. Barkov, I called that on the stream, by the way. Barkov gets a shorty, and as is the case anytime we get a 2-0 lead, we almost immediately give it back. So it's 2-1, and to be honest with you, the way we play with 2-goal leads and the way we play with 1-goal lead, I'm actually okay with it only being a 1-goal lead, because for whatever reason, we play a hell of a lot better than, with a 1-goal lead than we do with a 2. The effort was a lot better. We had a couple power plays. They had a couple power plays. I can't praise the goaltender in the middle of the game, but I can praise Vasilevsky. He's made a lot of good saves. That kept it 2-1. Now the goal that got called back, that was never really called a goal, on the interference there. My opinion, of course, I'm a Panther fan, so obviously I'm going to like the call. I think that was it Eisenman. I forget who it was. I think it was whoever it was. I think that if he doesn't turn around in front of Bob, if he just stays with his back to Bob, I think maybe they call that a good goal and it gets reviewed and they keep it a good goal. But the fact that he turned around and then turned back around, the fact that he was able to do that kind of proved that he wasn't engaged with Mikkola, and he bumped into Bob when he did it, and that's right when the puck went past him. So I think if he wouldn't have turned around, I don't know why he's turning around, to be honest with you. I think if he would have just stayed where he was, he had Bob's screen, and the puck would have been in the back of the net, and the game would be tied. But it's not. And that's the difference right now in this hockey game. Tampa ain't screwing around out here, okay? They ain't worried about the series being 3-1 and the fact that it was 3-0. They don't care about none of that right now, okay? Panthers had a better effort in that second period, was damn good. We're going to need to be better. Especially in the defensive zone. We're not clearing pucks fast enough. Our passes to get out of the zone are still a little bit too soft. It was better, but we ain't finishing this team off with another period like that. We're going to have to pick it up yet again. That said, I would really, all 5, 10, 20, all 20, I would really like to just come back here in about, 40 minutes from now and be yelling and screaming, bring on Boston or Toronto. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah! There we go. That's 4. You know what happens when you get 4? Move on to the next round. Holy crap. All right, so I want to get one thing out of the way. Tampa, good game. Not just a good game, but a good series. I know it got away from you there at the end of the game, but that's not indicative of how close this series was. The first 3 games we won, and we won basically by a 1 goal or an empty net, and Bob having to make the best save in decades. So hats off to all y'all. I know you guys had some issues with the referees and the calls and everything. Some of that stuff I can't even disagree or agree with. It's always going to be, the team that you're rooting for. You're always going to feel a certain way. I certainly understand, but that's the way it went. So that's the way it went, and Panthers move on. So, Ryan Roy is a guy that watches the channel, comes to the streams, good guy, been in contact with him a little bit. He sent us a bunch of stuff. I don't remember everything that was in the box, but the main thing was, I think it was a helmet. It was a Sean Bergenheim signed helmet. I believe that's what he sent us. But also he sent Kyle a Barkov jersey, captain, brand new Barkov jersey. And he wore it tonight for the first time because he normally wears his Jaws Jr. jersey, but we needed to change the juju, so we put the Barkov jersey on. And not only did it get Barkov 2 goals, but Evan Rodriguez scored a goal. Evan Rodriguez on a beautiful play from Stenlin. Stenlin is coming into the zone, and my dumb ass is just saying, just dump it in, just dump it in. And to be honest with you, the way that Tampa's defense played, I think they were just expecting him to dump it in. But he didn't. And he passed it to Rodriguez, who buried the puck, and he has been the most snake-bitten guy you'd ever want to know. And his celebration was something else. And that's what made it, I believe that was 4-1? I believe that was 4-1, or was that 3-1? I forget. Whatever it was an insurance goal, and then things kind of went the way they went, after that. Barkov absolutely tonight was a beast. Obviously, 2 goals, and just, he played well. I'm not saying he put the whole team on his back, but I guess coach kind of messed up with the lines a little bit there and had Barkov with Tkachuk, and we've seen that work before. So I don't know what we're going to do with the Lions in the next round. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because we've got so much talent. We've got guys all over the ice that can play all over the ice, right? And especially when we get Bennett back, you could just go. Maurice could basically just say, just 3 guys, go. I don't care who it is. Just go out there. It's close to that. That's how much talent we have out there on the ice. Bubba, we're gonna set you up with a massage tomorrow. Bubba allowed one goal, and when you saw his reaction to giving up that 1 goal, I didn't want to say it, but Fluffy told me that's it. There's no more goals. So we'll just put it that way. He made some saves, and he was flashing the leather. He was in the zone in that 3rd period, and he made sure everybody knew that, no, ain't nothing. Not today. It's not even going to be 6-2. You know what I mean? He made sure nothing else was getting past him. Defensively, as the game, it was obviously good the whole game. As the game went on, we got better and better and better. Mikla played a whale of a game. He made some plays inside the zone, taking the puck away from guys. OEL was extremely active, moving the puck out of the zone and in the offensive zone as well. Ekblad looked good. Forsling looked a little bit better out there. Certainly, I did not see him having the problems with that leg that I'd seen him have in the last game. So I would suspect by the time whenever the next series starts that he should be as close to 100% as you could kind of get this time of year. Montour looked good out there. Nothing. He got called for the 1 trip. He's been doing this 1 hip check, and that's the 2nd time I believe they're calling him for tripping on that. I'm not going to argue for or against that right here in this moment. Obviously, the refs are calling it, so that is what it is. And just all over the ice, guys just put in the effort when they needed it to. Cousins was very, very active out there. Rodriguez had another good game. Tkachuk, Tkachuk has been taking on a little bit of a different responsibility, at least this game. He wasn't so much behind the net, but he was kind of at the blue line and at the circles a lot tonight. I'm sure that's strategic, but I'd like to be a fly on the wall as to why they make those kinds of changes. Who else? Verhaeghe obviously did his thing. It's just been a total team effort, and we needed it because Tampa's not a joke of a team. And, all they wanted to talk about on the broadcast was Stamkos. But that's okay because they're gone, and now we're moving on. So tomorrow night is Boston and Toronto. And when I asked the stream, said, what do you guys think? The majority of people kind of would like to see that go 7 games. A couple people said finish it up quicker so that we don't get rusty. I'm torn between that. We just played 5. If Boston wins tomorrow, what's that? That's what day is tomorrow? Today is Monday, tomorrow is Tuesday. If Boston wins on Tuesday, they would have to travel to us. I would suspect the earliest that series would start would probably be Friday, right? You would think maybe Friday would be when it would start. So that would still give us Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. So we're going to get a little bit of a break there. If Toronto wins, then you're starting to talk about closer to us having a week off at that point. And I know some people won't like that. For me personally, I think we would be fine to have a week off at this point in the playoffs. When you consider, Rangers are going to have a week off. The Canes might end up with a week off. I think first round, I'd rather see us recover a little bit. Number one, and number two, not to find a point on it, the more games that Kyle and I get to live stream, the more money I make, and the more likely I am to be able to pay my bills come July and August when there's no hockey. I can't lie about it. It is what it is. So I hope they all go to quadruple overtime and it goes 7 games. Now, we're going to try to pick up maybe a Western Conference series here. If the Panthers end up out for a week or however long it's going to be, we're still doing Boston, Toronto, and then we're going to pick up any one of the other series that might still be going on. That said, that's just one round. That is just one round, and what a difference a year makes. Because last year, right? Last year, about this time of the night, I was in here going, Jesus, we're going to overtime in Game 7. Oh my God. And then Bob made the save off the knob of the stick. And when that happened, you knew, right? You knew, okay, we're going to win this game. I mean, it's off the knob of his stick, right? So this one was different. Last year, we were down 3-1. And even going into that series, I think we all were kind of like, yeah, that's nice. We made the playoffs. Great. And then we got down 3-1. And I'm not saying that nobody believed, but at the same point, we kind of had accepted our fate. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. And I was in here screaming like a freaking maniac, I'm sure. I have to go back and rewatch that recap. That's one I haven't seen in a while. And this year, we're excited, we're happy, but let's be honest. Number one, we all kind of expected that we were going to win our first round series. And number two, especially once we got up even 2-0 in this series, let alone 3-0, the prospect of somehow losing that series to Tampa again, I don't know anybody in the fan base that could have survived that, and I would have died twice. So it's better that it ended the way it did right now. This was what we needed to do. We needed to take care of Tampa. I still say we should have played Toronto. I'm kidding. I told Kyle I would say that because he said that I would never say that again, so I had to say that. No, I get it. The dragon is slayed, right? I mean, is it possible that that's how Stamkos goes out as a Lightning? I don't have any ill will towards them, so I don't get any pleasure in being like, ha, goodbye. I don't have any pleasure in that or anything like that. So that situation will take care of itself. Other than that, Panther fans, just be happy that just soak it in. Just soak it in. Okay? Now, I ain't been around that long, all right? I started this channel. This is our 8th season, right? And seasons 1, 2, and 3, I think. Yeah, because I think the first 3, right? Because this is 8 and we have made it 5. So the first 3 seasons, it was just all bitching, moaning, groaning, and complaining. And we just kind of knew we weren't good. We were bad. And we had been bad for a long, long time before I started making these videos. And so now we're standing here end of April going, we kind of knew we were going to win our first round playoff series, right? We kind of expected to win our first round playoff series. It's not going to get any easier. That's the one thing I want to say here before I close this up. Tampa is the dragon. There's no doubt about that. But that doesn't mean it's going to get easier. It's most likely going to be Boston. And I don't know if you guys remember or not, but it wasn't that long ago, we kind of screwed their day up. Boston is not exactly going to be pleased with us. You see what I'm saying? So as much as we wanted to beat Tampa, Boston is going to be You see what I'm saying? And they got two. They got two goalies, right? You never know which one of those schmucks they're going to throw out there. It's not going to be easy, okay? They've got youth at that, in the, a little bit in the top six, but that also means that we're not going to be able to skate them to death. I don't think we're going to wear them down the way we were able to wear the Lightning down a little bit there, especially at the end of this game. So Boston's no joke either, okay? That is going to take Bubba. It's going to take all of our effort, and we're not going to be able to throw a game out there like we did Game 4 in this series. Boston has shoved that right pick down our throats. So I'm good with getting a little bit of rest. At least let Boston win one, or at least let Toronto win one more game, because number one, that gives them some false hope, and number two, just give us a little bit of extra rest there. You know what I mean? Let everybody kind of get some of them bumps and bruises. Whatever happened to Cousins. Tarasenko ran into Cousins in warm-up. Tarasenko running around the ice trying to knock our own players out so that they go on LTIR and we have money for him to re-sign next year. All right, Panther fans. That's going to do it for this one. Kyle and I will be live at noon. We are still going to be live at noon every day, okay? Even when we Panthers are not playing, until we get going again. We're still going to be live at noon every day. Boston and Toronto tomorrow. And then I just got to look at the schedule, but I'm sure whatever games they're going to be on Wednesday, I think Carolina and the Islanders play tomorrow, right? So if we're going to stream again game on Wednesday, it would likely be a Western Conference game. Kyle will love that because it's likely to be later, but he has to because I'm the one that buys the ice cream and the donuts. All right, Panther fans. That's one.